James Martinez stared at the holographic display floating above the command deck of the UES Defiance, watching the final vote tallies stream in from across the Galactic Council chambers on Nexus Prime. The numbers weren't surprising. They were devastating. 4,732 votes in favor of Exile, Lisa Chen announced from her position at the communications array, her voice steady despite the magnitude of what she was reporting. 18 votes against, 2 abstentions. The bridge fell silent except for the hum of the ship's fusion engines. James ran a hand through his graying hair, the weight of representing humanity's last diplomatic mission settling on his shoulders, like a lead blanket. "Well," he said finally, turning to address his crew, "I suppose that settles it. Humanity is officially persona non grata in the Galactic Union." The charges had been predictable, too aggressive, too unpredictable, too willing to fight when diplomacy failed. The Zephyrians had complained about human military doctrine. The crystalline Veltar had cited dangerous individualism that threatened their hive mind society. Even the peace-loving Miran Collective had voted against Earth, claiming humans were cosmically incompatible with galactic civilization. Lisa pulled up the formal declaration on her screen. "They're giving us 72 standard hours to cease all interstellar travel and recall our ships to the Sol system. Any human vessel found beyond the heliopause after that will be considered an act of war." "Generous of them," James muttered. He opened a secure channel to Earth Command. "Control, this is Ambassador Martinez aboard the Defiance. The vote is final. We're officially kicked out of the galaxy." Admiral Harrison's weathered face appeared on the main screen. "Copy that, Ambassador. How long do we have?" 72 hours to get everyone home." Harrison's expression didn't change, but James caught the slight twitch at the corner of his eye. "Understood. We'll implement Protocol Exodus immediately." James frowned. "Protocol Exodus? That's not in any diplomatic handbook I've read." For the first time in the conversation, Harrison smiled. "That's because it's not a diplomatic protocol, Ambassador. Lisa, patch me through to the entire fleet frequency." Lisa's fingers danced over her console. "You're broadcasting to all human vessels, Admiral." Harrison's voice carried across space to every human ship, station, and outpost scattered throughout the galaxy. "Attention all personnel. As of 1400 hours Earth Standard Time, the Galactic Union has voted to exile humanity from galactic civilization. They've given us 72 hours to return to Sol." James watched as acknowledgement signals began flooding in from across human space. Mining ships in the Vega system, research stations studying black holes in distant sectors, military vessels patrolling the outer rim, all confirming receipt of the message. "Here's the thing about humanity," Harrison continued, his voice growing stronger. "We've never been very good at following other people's rules, and we've gotten really good at making our own way in the universe." The Admiral's image was replaced by a tactical display showing the positions of human assets across known space. James's breath caught as he realized the scope of what he was seeing. Over the past 50 years, we've established mining operations in 17 different star systems. We've built manufacturing facilities, research stations, and agricultural colonies. We've mapped jump routes that the Union's precious bureaucrats don't even know exist. Harrison's voice carried a note of pride. "They think they're exiling us to a single star system. What they're actually doing is cutting us loose from their restrictions." Lisa looked up from her console, eyes wide. "James, I'm seeing movement from human ships everywhere. They're not heading home, they're spreading out." The tactical display updated in real time. Human vessels were indeed moving, but not toward Earth. Instead, they were dispersing throughout the galaxy like seeds on the solar wind, heading for systems the Union had never bothered to claim or explore. "Phase 1 of Protocol Exodus is simple," Harrison explained. "We disappear. Every human ship, every station, every outpost goes dark to Union sensors. They want us gone? Fine. But they don't get to dictate the terms." James felt something stirring in his chest. Not defeat, but excitement. "Admiral, what's Phase 2? Harrison's grin was predatory. "We build our own civilization, Better, faster, stronger than anything the Union has managed in 3,000 years of committee meetings and bureaucratic red tape. While they're debating which species gets to mine the next asteroid belt, we'll have colonized entire sectors they didn't even know existed. The communications array lit up with incoming messages from human commanders across the galaxy. Captain Rodriguez confirmed the mining fleet had reached the Kepler 442 system and was establishing permanent operations. Commander Singh reported that the research vessels had successfully mapped 12 unexplored systems rich in rare elements. Colonel Petrov's military squadron had already identified 3 habitable worlds beyond Union space and was beginning preliminary surveys. "They think they're punishing us," Lisa said, a smile spreading across her face as she read the reports. "They have no idea what they've just unleashed," James nodded, understanding dawning. Humanity hadn't just been kicked out of the Galactic Union, they'd been set free. No more Union regulations limiting their expansion, no more committees deciding which technologies humans were responsible enough to develop, no more diplomatic niceties preventing them from claiming the best systems. "Set course for the Proxima Centauri research station," James ordered. "And Lisa?" "Yes, sir?" "Send a message back to the Union. Tell them we received their exile order loud and clear." James's smile matched Harrison's predatory grin. "Tell them we'll be in touch when we're ready to discuss terms for their surrender." As the Defiance jumped to hyperspace, leaving the Union's civilized space behind, James reflected on humanity's greatest strength. They were survivors, explorers, builders. The galaxy had just voted to unleash humanity from all constraints. The Union would come to regret that decision.